Welcome everyone to Cherries Red Army YouTube channel. I'm Kirk and this is our match review. AFC Bournemouth 2, Bristol City 1. 3 points on the road, our 5th this time this season, and a first defeat for Nigel Pearson managing Bristol City. To help me on this match review show, I have my lineups live guest, and that is Steve Hensman. How you doing, Steve?
I'm very good, mate. After that.
Excellent stuff. And what we'll do with this show is we'll go through the game chronologically, looking at the key points in the match. But firstly, we'll just reflect and recap on those lineups again. And when you saw those lineups, you were pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, we said it earlier, didn't we? We just wanted Jonathan to stick to his convictions and stay with what he said he was going to do, and he's done that. It worked very well against Watford, and he went with. It seems like he's trying to get a bit of continuity going within the squad, and get players, in their roles. And yeah, we went at it again, and I was, happy to see that.
It shows it on this screen on SofaScore website as a 4-3-3, but it did sort of lay out early doors as kickoff came about, and it was a 4-2-3-1 with Lerma and Pearson being that protection. Not many times this season we've started on the front foot, but we definitely did in the first 10 minutes. We were very proactive and we got on the ball and we looked very dangerous.
Yeah, we did. I think Lloyd Kelly had an early chance, and Jeff got himself in a good shooting position, brought a good save from the keeper. It was good to see. Just a shame we couldn't convert any of those early chances, early shots. I think Dom nearly got at the rebound off Jeff's one, which was unfortunate. But yeah, it was a good, promising start.
Definitely the team in the ascendancy, but we have this issue this year of not scoring enough early goals in the first 20 minutes, and we weren't able to do that. Is that potentially playing on the players' minds that we don't score enough early goals, and is it a bit of added pressure?
I think you could say that, but then I'm sure the coaching staff are sort of, telling them not to worry about things like that. They play their game, play the system, and they'll get, the chances will come and they'll take them. I think it's just a matter of time before that sort of thing starts happening for us.
So we would dominate the first 20 minutes and we were the better team, as you say, without scoring that first goal. But after 20 minutes, Bristol City would sort of come into the match, Steve. And Asmir Begovic, called on many times this season, would be called on again with a double save from Naki Wells. And Jeju kept us in the match 0-0.
Yeah, it did. It was a very good double save. I've just seen it on the replay, actually, because I missed it first time round. But yeah, he got down well, didn't he, the big man, and made a really decent save, and then come and smothered. Is it Jeju? I can't pronounce his name, but yeah, right. Really decent, and he's just a dependable guy, as he always is, and you expect him to make those saves. I mean, they weren't worldy saves; they were just decent saves you expect him to make.
Playing with the back four that Woodgate has done under caretaker manager and head coach, we have looked more solid. We've now got Joe Jordan and Gary O'Neill in the setup as well, the backroom staff. But on the 37th minute, Bristol City would take the lead. An opportunity to clear the ball I saw 3 times. Cross from the right, came back out again from the left, came out, then went back in. And it was the 3rd attempt in from the cross from Bristol City, which would lead to a header that went in the corner. A poor goal to concede 1-0 to Bristol City.
Yeah, we were pulled apart a little bit there. It was just a catalogue of errors I saw. I mean, Smith gets beaten first up, and the first low cross comes in. Don't know how it didn't get a touch. Then the ball gets recycled out wide. The other side comes back in again, and I think we were all over the place by that point. And I think it was actually Pearson that was left marking the goal scorer. Is it back? I can't remember his name now. Backman or something.
Yeah.
And it was a complete mismatch. He's massive and Pearson wasn't, and just a bit of a comedy of errors really defensively.
Considering the positive performance in that first 20 minutes then, to be 1-0 down and think that we would go in at halftime 1-0 down, but Danjuma would come alive in the 44th minute. Again, the Danjuma we've seen a lot this season, not doing a lot, but he would have a shot that would lead to a corner. What was your performance up to that point of Arnie Danjuma?
Yeah, he was blowing hot and cold again for me, like many of the team were tonight. Moments where you think, yes, you've done the right thing, and then other moments you think that's such a basic error. Aren't there? There was moments where he had overlaps from Kelly, and he just was under hitting the ball, or just not picking him. But then, like you say, well, like we've said before, you leave him on the pitch because he will do things like that. And he picked that ball up. You knew what he was going to do from as soon as he got it. He was going to come inside, push it, feign, and then have a dig. And he did, and brought a good save. But it ultimately led to the corner, which led to the goal.
The corner would then be delivered and come back out and end up at Junior Stanislas's feet away from the touchline, and he would cross the ball, and Bentley would regret rubbing his gloves at the start of the game with Flora and would make a hash of that cross, and it would end up gifting us a goal. We would go in at halftime 1-1 and we could regroup.
Yeah, I think it's a massive slice of luck that was. I just don't know what he was playing at. It was just a moment of madness from their keeper, wasn't it? Who's been very good for them all season by all accounts. Feel for the lad, but it's you make an error like that when you're a goalkeeper, and it's only going to end up one way, isn't it? And fortunately for us, it was a bit of slice of luck we wanted. So yeah, unfortunate, but these things happen in football.
On Saturday, when we played Watford, we won the game with less percentage of play, which is a very rare thing for us. We went in at halftime 1-1, lucky to be 1-1, but we were dominating possession like we have done a lot this season at 60%. Was that playing on your mind that when we dominate play, we sometimes don't win football matches?
Yeah, well, they were letting us dominate the play, weren't they? They were set up very good formation defensively. It almost was like a 4-5-1. And those two banks were quite difficult for us to break down, and they were just letting us have the ball. So it wasn't a surprise to see us have such high percentage stats again. And we did struggle, bar from that piece of luck with that cross. I think we would have been 1-0 down at the break, definitely, and it could have been a different story second half.
Woodgate got us in then, got us regrouped, and we came out. And I thought we came out quite fiery again, on the front foot in the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And again, without creating too many good chances, a half chance for Adam Smith. But it was, again, more positive than what we have seen under us this season. Yeah,
and I think with a bit more quality with some of the passing and a bit more better decisions made, we could have easily created a few more clear-cut chances in that second half. I thought there was only one team in it second half, really. I don't think they posed us much of a threat. I think they were quite happy with the 1-1, and it did seem like for a long time we might be, but we kept pushing and we kept pushing and we kept trying, so you can't ask for more than that.
The player that got a lot of praise on Saturday again was Lloyd Kelly, and I thought he was a good player again today. I thought he had some really good spells in the match. He was getting him in overlapping areas, which is what we want to see from our left back. But again, we spoke about on the Championship review show with John that the accuracy of our crosses this season and not scoring enough headers, that natural number 9 instinct is lacking, and obviously giving those sort of chances to our strikers just let us down again.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a bit of fire in his belly playing against his former club, but he did have some very good moments, Lloyd, today, and more so in the attacking sense. I felt the real thing that's frustrating is his crossing ability. If you could sort of mould him and Rico together, although Rico's hasn't been great of late, but he can be devastating. I think that would be, just needs to work on that crossing. But he seems to go for those low crosses and sort of hits them hard and low quite a lot. And I think, like you've just pointed out there, if we had a proper number 9 who was active, who was looking to hit the front post, you might find a better return off those crosses.
And the two centre-backs were quite solid as well in the second half. I thought Steve Cook and Cameron Carter-Vickers are really showing a partnership that I think we need to see from here on in. It's going to give us a base and a spine to work with from a defensive point of view. Yeah.
I love them, but obviously love Cookie. He's been a stalwart with us for many. Well, I think they said he's been with us 8 years now. Still only 29. He's still got years left in him. And Cameron Carter-Vickers he just doesn't do it. He just doesn't get anything wrong for me. He just makes all the right decisions. He reads the game very well, and I think they complement each other quite well, actually. if only they were just a bit better in the air.
I put a tweet out with about 15 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, and I put out there that Bristol City don't draw football matches. They haven't drawn a match for the last 20 games. And in the 85th minute, we'd get another corner from an overlap on that left-hand side. The corner would go in. Was it Phil Billing or was it Carter Vickers? Who knows? We got a second goal.
Don't know.
2-1 to
still
Bournemouth.
Don't know. I don't know what happened. It just seemed to go over everybody, and Phil Billing ran away celebrating. So I presumed it was him, but I've been told that it was Cameron Carter-Vickers. Don't know, mate. I haven't seen it back, but I don't really care at that point. It was just 5 minutes to go, and we just got the winner.
And that's right. And it has gone to Cameron Carter-Vickers. But to see the game out 2-1, we are looking more solid. 3 points, which is key when we look at the league table in a minute. You're glad to see 3 points on the road?
Yeah, I think and Jonathan did that thing again. He did that thing where he brought the fullbacks on again, didn't he? To sort of see the game out, which I think is obviously a trait of his, but it makes a lot of sense, and it got us over the line.
3 points in the bag, AFC Bournemouth 2, Bristol City 1. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We're looking to get to 300. Help us get there. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for supporting us. And if you're both, just make sure you hit that like button as well. It does help with the YouTube stuff and getting us further up that table in YouTube. Right, let's have a look at Twitter then, because I put a man the match poll out, Steve, and let's see who's got it. I mean, who's your pick of the players tonight?
Well, I'm going to go with one of the centre backs. I think they're equally. I think there was just a lot of mistakes all around the pitch today, and I don't think anyone really stood out. And bar that moment for the goal, I think the two centre backs had decent games.
There's your man the match poll on Cherries Red Army, voted by the fans and the followers. And the man the match for this game has gone to Cameron Carter-Vickers. So thank you for voting. We'll also take a look at
the winner, didn't he?
He did get the winner, and that does nudge it for him. Let's have a look at some of the scores from tonight as well then, Steve, and see what's been going on in the rest of the Championship. Norwich beat Brentford in one of the top of the table ties, 1-0. Barnsley again win away from home, 3-1, and their form is dangerous. Watford win at home against Wickham, 2-0. Bristol City 1, AFC Bournemouth 2. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Rotherham 2 in a delicately balanced relegation battle, and currently with a few minutes to go, it's Stoke 1, Swansea 1. What's your thoughts on some of those scores there, Steve?
Well, I think you can discount the Watford one, because I think that was a bit of a gimme for them playing Wickham at home. The one that stands out obviously is the Barnsley result. I mean, QPR are on a pretty decent run at the moment, and as are Barnsley, but to go there and beat them 3-1, that's a really good result for them. I'm happy with the Brentford result, because I think Norwich are going to run away with it anyway. So if we've got a chance of automatic, it's only going to be second. So that goes in our favour. And also Stoke and Swansea are drawing, so it's not too bad a night as far as the results go.
As you say there's the table. Norwich are top, Brentford is second, with Watford both on the same points, but goal difference separating them. Swansea in fourth, Reading in fifth, and AFC Bournemouth step back into the playoffs on 55, but closely behind AFC Bournemouth is Barnsley on one hell of a form guide on 54 points, and Cardiff as well under Mick McCarthy on 53. Literally 1 or 2 games, Steve, and the table just turns on its head again.
Yeah, it's absolutely on a knife edge, like you say, mate. And when do we play Barnsley? We
play them in 2 weeks' time, I think.
Right. Well, let's hope they get a couple of losses in that period, because I don't fancy them at all at the moment. They're just beating everyone in front of them, aren't they? Yeah, we've just got to keep our noses in front somehow, and match the other teams.
Let's have a look at some of the stats from tonight then. 59 ball possession. Again, back to dominating games with the ball, but there's 14 shots on 14 shots in total, 5 on target, bearing in mind 4 were on target in the first half as well. A lot more ball, a lot more passes, actually at 78%. Aerial battles lost, but we're used to that anyway. Any of those stats that shock you tonight or that you're happy with?
I'm surprised the passing success rate was that high, because I thought there was from both sides. I thought it was it wasn't a great display of football. I'd like to. I saw an interesting one earlier that their keeper had made no catches. But no, I mean nothing that stick. I mean, it's good to see we're getting that amount of shots on, off on the game, especially away from home. So it goes to show we're not sort of sitting there trying to, play for a draw. We are trying to get these wins, as Jonathan keeps saying, going for these 3 points. I think we have to.
Right, Steve, Preston on Saturday, mini review here, or mini preview, shall I say. How are you feeling about that game? Preston, a team that are completely inconsistent. I wouldn't want to guess what their results are going to be week on week.
Yeah, well, we all thought they were going to be a breeze at home, didn't we? But their away form, I don't know if it's still as good as it was back then when we played them, but it seems to be better away from home. Their home form's not that great. But they are very Marmite, aren't they? They 1 minute they go and beat someone who you don't expect them to beat, and the next minute they'll roll over and get turned over by the likes of Wickham or Sheffield or someone like that. So yeah, I can see us having too much for them, to be honest. We're on a little bit of a roll, and Jonathan's got this system now, so fingers crossed, mate.
And the match preview for Preston will be on Friday at 7:30 p.m. usual time, and we've got a special AFC Bournemouth guest in Chris Temple. You don't want to miss this one. Ooh. And we've also got Jack Goodwin from Preston as well, and he's very good, and he's been on back of the net a few times. So a very impressive match preview that I'm looking forward to. Like the sound of that, Steve?
Well, yeah, I might give it a watch, mate. I might give it a watch. Depends if I've got anything else on. No, Chris is a great guy to listen to. Obviously love him on Solent with Willow. So yeah, that'd be good. Worth tuning into.
3 points on the board then, an away win. Closing comments, Steve, on this match review?
Yeah, well, it wasn't the prettiest, was it? It was, but sometimes you got to get wins like that, an ugly win. And as much as it was nice to have the 3 points on Saturday, what was more important in my mind was to back it up tonight with another 3 points, and we've done that. So brilliant. It can only improve from here, in my opinion.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know what you thought about the goals, the goal we conceded, the overall performance, the players that started. Let us know what you think. Also, make sure you hit that fun like button. Also, hit the bell icon to let you know when new videos are out. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for joining me, Steve, on this match review.
Pleasure, mate. No problem.
Thank you to you for joining this video. Until the next one, until the match preview on Friday, we'll see you soon. Up the Cherries.